Hey guys, it's Ginny Silver. What are we doing? EDD Q&A. It's live. My fan is blowing and it's very loud, so I hope it turns off soon. I have set up the chat box today to be subscribers only. This is a new feature that YouTube just rolled out either today or yesterday, sometime new. So you are able to type in the chat box and ask questions and talk to each other if you're subscribed to the channel. So I'm going to try that out today since it's a new feature to see if it helps to kind of lessen the amount of spam that my poor moderators have to sift through. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. But before I do, let me just switch this on. Before I get started, you guys, many of you are getting these weird MEUC emails, and they recently disappeared from your inbox. So I want to address that really quick first. I put out a video the other day kind of talking about a discrepancy that I found in the MEUC boost emails. They were asking for the wrong years. They were asking for 2 different years from you based on when you started your claim, but the email seemed to be formatted incorrectly. So I told the EDD this. The media department wasn't aware of the issue, and so they actually went to correct the issue. But what they did is they deleted the emails from everyone's inbox. They didn't tell you that there was a problem. They just made them go away, and now they've made them reappear, and they resent them out for many people on the 4th of July and again today. So if you had your MEUC boost email disappear and then come back, it's because of me. The EDD should have told you that they made a mistake, and they should have told you that they're going to be sending out a corrected one. Now, the other mistake that they made is that the link isn't working for you guys. You received 2 notifications. The first for the MEUC boost is letting you know that you will be invited with a link to apply, but there's no link in that email. And then the second message that comes through UI Online is the actual link to apply. Many of you are reporting that when you click that link, it does not take you anywhere but an error page. So I sent that information over to the EDD, and they asked for some specific names of claimants who are having that problem. So some of my subscribers sent over their names for me, so I sent that over. So I'll see if they're able to help us with that. All right, you guys, I'm going to get started on the questions. How are you guys? Because I talked for so long. Let me know how you are in the chat box. All right, I need water. Going up to the 4 o'clock timestamp after I get water. All right, Scotty Crook. Hi, Scotty. Got a message in UI Online account that the EDD has automatically filed the PEUC Tier 2 extension on my claim and tells me to return to Certify on 7/18, 2 weeks after I exhausted. Okay, so I think you are good. So you're good to go. You have everything set up, and it was 2 weeks after. That's great. I'm glad to hear it went through without any problems. All right, Joel, at 4 o'clock, I drove for Uber, but EDD took all my wages and classified me as an employee. For the MEUC, if I send the same wage info, can that ruin my claim? It's the same info they asked for before. Am I eligible? Okay, so if they classified you as an employee, you most likely had W-2 earnings previously within the last 18 months of filing your claim when you first filed it. So I'm guessing that they didn't base that off of your driving with Uber, because that would have been on a 1099K, I think is what it is. So if they classified you based on W-2 earnings, because maybe you had a little bit of employment or part-time employment in there previously, it's not going to mess you up because they are asking for proof of your self-employment. And if your claim is based on your W-2 earnings, that self-employment would have been disregarded. If they took the self-employment earnings into account, you would not be classified as UI. So no, it should not mess things up. But the EDD unfortunately messes things up on their own. So anything that you do with the EDD can potentially get stuck in pending, get stuck while they evaluate it, etc. But sending your documentation over to prove your income is not going to mess up your claim. That's just proof that you earned what you said you did. All right, Andrew at 4 o'clock. When is the deadline to sign up for MEUC? I think it's sometime when all programs end in early September. What will they ask for? I did Uber part-time and have tax returns showing earnings from them. I believe it is the September, I believe it is September 4th. Let me double check right here because I already have the page. September 6th. The deadline to sign up for the MEUC boost and apply for it is September 6th. In order to apply for MEUC boost, you must be invited by EDD and they send you an application link. People are starting to receive those right now, but there are several glitches coming through with them, which I'm trying to sort out with the EDD. Okay, let me make sure I'm not missing anything over here. Breaking all my technology like usual. Okay, we're good with that. All right, Vanessa. At 4:01, I never got asked to prove 3 work searches. Will this change when I certify next time after the 11th? Okay, so the EDD put out a tweet, only on Twitter, of course, and they stated there that you will be required to provide 1 work search item per week. So they said it in Twitter. They very clearly said 1, and they said, we strongly suggest that you document your work searches. So 1. It's not going to be 3. They stated 1. And yes, the text on the certification page is going to change. They did tell me that, as well as release that in their informative content that has been shared on their website. They stated that there will be new text added, or it could be omitted, on their certification page. So that will be updated. Okay. Hi, Toya. This is me saying I'm going to be late. You guys, I was late again. All right. Lori says, hi, Ginny. Thanks for all your help. Question. I should have gotten my payment yesterday, but did not. I figured because it was 4th of July holiday, maybe it was set back. However, today, nothing. Okay, so several people have reported this. It seems to be that it's because there was a bank holiday on Monday, because the 4th and the 5th were technically days off for the banks. So some people see their payments posted and others don't in terms of bank holidays. And I can't explain exactly why that happens, but I would allow an extra 2 business days for your payments to post. If they are still pending, or if there are any other status other than paid within 2 days, then I would contact the EDD. All right. Let's see. When will we go to direct deposit at our own bank? Not for a while. That is not something that is in the immediate works right now. Yes, there is legislation on that in the California State Assembly, but that is going to take quite a while. The year that they specified, there was a deadline in there, and I don't know the exact date, but I believe it was not going to be in law until another year. So that's not something that's coming right now. Okay, let's see, scrolling down. Penny at 4:04 says ex-federal employee waiting for payments to begin, but repeatedly asked to open claim up. Last correspondence was insurance award letter, claim valid 4/25/2021 through 2022. Certified twice. What's next? Okay, if you were repeatedly asked to open your claim, was it a reopen claim button that you saw on your screen? It just says reopen claim. If so, then that is a glitch. And that is unfortunately something that the EDD has pop up in their system. It should be there if you are a claimant who did not certify for 30 days and then your claim goes dormant and then you have to reopen it. But if that's not you, and if it's just popping up for no reason, unfortunately, you have to call the EDD and have them remove it through a customer service rep. Yes, you can click it, but what that does is it further delays your certifications by about 2 to 3 weeks. So I don't recommend clicking it. I still recommend trying to call in, even though I know it's difficult. Now, if you were receiving an award letter and that was your last thing and you certified twice, if you're a brand new claim, which you said that you are, new claims can be pending for the first up to 3 weeks while they're under review. Brand new claims are sent out to a third-party company for an additional fraud check, and it can take up to 3 weeks for that to be processed. So if you certified and those are stuck in pending, that would be the reason why. All right, Scrolling down. Hello. All right, let's see. 405, hello. So I have a balance of $630. Would I be able to qualify for another extension if I applied for EDD on March 2020? Okay, so what type of claim are you? If you applied March 2020, if you're PUA or PEUC, those programs end claim week ending September 4th. Claim week ending September 4th, it ends. So there's not going to be an additional extension for PUA claimants. If you were PEUC or if you're UI, you may be eligible to receive Fed Ed next. And if you qualify for that, Fed Ed doesn't have the same end date as the pandemic-related programs because it is based on the state's unemployment rate. So as long as the unemployment rate remains at 6% or above, roughly, then you're going to have an option to possibly apply for Fed Ed and have that applied to your claim. If you qualify, it'll be automatically awarded to you. And I have information about that on my channel homepage. If you search for, let's see, what's the video called? I have a video that you can just search for Fed Ed, and there's an old video about how to qualify. And then the new updated one is the same information, but it's just filmed a little better. And that one says, unemployment ending, what's next? That's what it's called. Okay. Zero Habit, thank you. Aussie Media, how long does EDD reapplication take to get approved or not? Takes 3 weeks is what it should take. If they're delayed, then it takes longer, but it should take up to 3 weeks. All right, let's see. Saul says, I got in contact with the EDD lawyer you had on your page earlier this year, and they took my case on contingency. Does that mean that I have a good chance of getting benefits back? I can't tell you anything about how they are operating over in their law firm, unfortunately. You'll need to talk to them about it. I don't have any information on how they deal with claims other than the information that I provided in those videos, but I hope that they're able to help you. Okay, Jillian at 406. I have an email from EDD saying that I may qualify for MEUC. I did work for DoorDash partially in 2019. I kind of want to apply because it's extra up to $3,600. Is the application difficult? No, so you are going to answer a few questions. Did you earn $5,000 or more worth of self-employment income the year prior to the start of your unemployment claim? That's what they want to know, and then they want to see documentation on it. So you will need to provide that you had net income, so essentially your Schedule C from your taxes, and then it's line, I think it's 29 is where it shows your net income. Now they ask for your net income specified as your total income minus your deductions and minus your taxes is what the EDD specifies. So send them over your Schedule C and they will take a look and they will approve you as long as you qualify. I need water. I need to make sure I'm not missing things. Okay, good. All right, Carly at 406. Hey, Ginny, I haven't been paid in 8 weeks. I recertified and it expired. I did it again. I've tried calling for the past 2 weeks. I can't get through. Recertified. What do you mean by recertify? Did you certify for benefits? Like you filled out your biweekly certification where you select, did you work? Yes. No. Were you too sick? Yes. No. Was that what you filled out? Or did you fill out the reopen claim button? I'm thinking that's maybe what it is that you're talking about. Let me know down below, Carly. And I'll take a look. If you are talking about the reopen claim button, that is a glitch. And let me unpin this message. That is a glitch. As long as you have been certifying regularly and you did not have a 30-day lapse in your certifications, the reopen claim button should not be there. And if you are seeing a reopen claim button, you have to call customer service. They have to remove it, and then they'll give you the ability to certify. So I think that that is probably the problem that you're having. And yes, I see your comment down here. It's a reopen claim. You have to call customer service and they have to remove it for you. I'm sorry to hear that. Michael, can you drop all of the how to call tips in the chat box right now for Carly, who needs to call in. All right. Lucy at 4:07. I was supposed to certify on Sunday, but I forgot. I did it yesterday, Monday. Will that cause any issues? No, it does not cause any issues. Expect a 2 business day delay in getting payments this week because the 4th and the 5th were bank holidays. So payments are taking longer to go out, but it won't cause any problems for you that you just certified a few days later. The reason when you would have a problem would be if you didn't certify for 30 days, because then your claim would go dormant and you would have to then reopen your claim in order to get benefits. All right. I am at, let's see, Tom Patterson, Chin Kitties. All right, 408. My son showed up with a stack of papertifications. Put that in there on purpose to trip me up, didn't you? From August through 2020 to January 2021. What is the best way to certify 24 weeks at a time? That is a lot. The best way to certify 24 weeks at a time, if I had to do that many, I would want to do it in UI Online, and I would want to click the buttons and click through as quickly as possible. Doing it on the phone takes a long time. You can do it paper and mail them in if you want, but then you risk that many certifications being lost in the mail. I would do it online. All right, let's see. KW at 409, the MEUC registration issue is that the page gives error messages when you try to fill it out. Yes, that is correct. I am talking to the media department today about this. Let me check and see if they wrote me back. So I was right about the error in their messages that they were sending out, and then they corrected it. No, they didn't write me back yet. They corrected it. They made they corrected it the wrong way, though. They should have let you guys know that the messages were incorrect and that they were going to send out an updated one, but they didn't. They deleted all the messages from the inboxes. You guys were confused, and then they sent out new messages letting you know the correct year of documentation to provide. Now, the next problem is that many of you have clicked the apply link, and many of you are telling me that you're receiving an error message, and I have a copy of the error message. I sent it over to the EDD. They said, we don't know that there's an issue. We can't see this issue. Can you send us first and last names of claimants who are having this issue? So I sent them several names of people that are having the issue, and that's where we're at. So I think that they're going to acknowledge it and help work on it. But I don't know how long it will take. I'm sorry. All right. 409. With work requirements looming, besides checking yes on number 3, looking for work, do we need to list items in EDD to receive payment? And if it's optional to list, will we be guaranteed payment if we don't list? Okay, so the work requirements are starting July 11th and onwards. So the EDD stated starting July 11th, you must look for work. You guys keep asking me so many times, is it on the 11th? Is it before the 11th? It's on the 11th. You're required to look for work. That's the wording that the EDD has stated. So when you wake up on the 11th, you look for work. Now, with that being said, the EDD has stated that you're required to search for work each week. This last week, and I did a video on this, the EDD posted on their Twitter account that you are required to have 1 work search or more per week. 1 work search or more, not 1 application, not 3 work searches, but they very specifically wrote on their Twitter 1 or more. They also included on that tweet, you are encouraged. I think they said, we strongly encourage you to document your work search history. So you are not required to do so according to the EDD, but you are required to search for work, select yes, you are searching for work, unless you fall under one of their standards stating that you don't have to. Now, with that being said, several of you guys are asking me about those of you that have part-time work or that are furloughed, etc., that are one of the approved cases that is listed by the EDD that you don't have to look for work. Well, you guys, I want you to still select yes and still actively do the work search requirements, because if you select no, and I've said this the whole pandemic, if you select no, the EDD may put a stop payment alert on your claim, and then you have to have an eligibility interview, a phone interview, in order for them to determine that you are, in fact, qualified. That means you're going to be waiting up to 12 weeks for a phone interview. So you guys select yes, look for work, but they have stated one work search or more, and that documentation on their website is optional. That was a long answer. I'm sorry, but I know that's a question that many of you are having. So I worked in more info. Why am I losing my voice? All right. Cater at 409. Is the MEUC for self-employed people only? Yes, it is. I put out several videos on that this last week. The longest video of that tells the most information about it. MEUC Boost is for mixed earners. If you were someone who had both self-employment income and traditional employee W-2 income, and you were classified based on your W-2 earnings, and you have a traditional unemployment claim, UI or PEUC or Fed Ed, that means that all of your self-employment earnings were disregarded. So if you're someone that had $50,000 worth of self-employment income, but you had $1,300 from like 1 week of part-time work, you would only be classified on that small amount, and everything else is disregarded. So that's why it's only for those individuals who are mixed earners. So it's $100 per week for mixed earners. So yes, you must have self-employment in the amount of $5,000 or more during the year prior to your unemployment claim. All right, let's see, I'm at 409. Ginny, I certified on Sunday and still pending. Yes, expect about a 2 business day delay due to the holiday. If you're pending after that, then I would start worrying, but allow a few business days. Okay, I am scrolling down, you guys. As a reminder, I can never get all the questions. I try to get as many as I possibly can. But if I skip your question, you can ask it again every 15 minutes. It's a huge cup of coffee. Is water, because I'm thirsty. If I talk a lot. Okay, scrolling down. Okay. 411, how do you prove it that you look for work? Okay, if you're looking for work, you have to select yes. You are going to look for work using one of the many different ways that the EDD outlined that you can search for work. Now, if you want to document it, and I do recommend that you keep documentation of your work searches. But how do you do it? Well, if you are just searching for jobs online, make screenshots. Do a print screen on your computer and save it in a file on your computer. If you are applying and sending in applications, save a copy of the email, make a screenshot, etc. Write it down. But I think that screenshots, if you're doing it digitally, are the most powerful, the easiest to send to the EDD, and the best way to prove it. If you are someone who is attending training, a networking event, etc., keep documentation. There's documentation everywhere for those events online, on social media, etc. If you are someone who is self-employed and you are restarting your business, revamping your business, marketing, make a record of everything that you do. So if you are, let's see, I'm a wedding photographer. So if I am redoing my website to try to reach more clients, if I am doing blog posts, pinning them, etc., to try to draw in new clients, screenshot all of that and save all of it. Okay, Stay Solid Fitness at 411. I got an email to register for MEUC, and when I enter my info, it's giving me an error code. Cannot create users or roles. Yes, this is common error code. Lots of people are receiving this. The EDD is currently emailing me with this issue right now. I sent them over a screenshot of the message. They told me they couldn't see what the problem was. So they asked me for names. So I sent over several names of people that are having this problem, and they are currently looking into it for me. All right, Team Bryant Vlogs. I don't have any 2019 self-employment. I only have 2020. How will I qualify? It depends on when you started your claim. If your claim started in 2020, then you'll be required to provide 2019 self-employment income. If your claim started in 2019, then you're required to provide 2018. So you're going to be asked to provide documentation for the year prior, because that is the year in which your unemployment benefits are based on. So it's going to be different for everyone. All right, scrolling down. Kimberly at 413, my claim was extended. They added 11 weeks in June, but I can't certify, and that hasn't changed. I don't know what to do. I would really appreciate your help. Okay, your claim was extended. They added 11 weeks in June, and you can't certify. Okay, so first off, let's see, in June, and now it's, I don't even know what month it is. Okay, so has your claim expired? If you are UI, PEUC, or Fed Ed, and you are 12 months after the start of your claim, then your claim has expired. Now, the EDD has new rules on who must reapply. If you did work within the last 18 months, you must file a new claim. If you did not work within the last 18 months, then they will extend you automatically. Now, they have already awarded you an extension in terms of balance, but that doesn't matter. What matters is, has the date of your claim expired? So you could potentially not be able to certify because you need to file a new claim. So that could be the problem. If that is not the problem, then you need to contact customer service. I'm sorry. Michael, can you drop the how to call everything? All right. Alejandra, 413. Hi, Jenny. I just filed for the third extension. They gave me the extension with the weekly benefit award amount from my regular 2019 claim instead of the claim I filed on June 2020. Is that okay? Yes. So I see more. Receive the extension from my 2020 claim since that was my last regular claim. Okay. Sorry, my throat's weird today. If you were awarded a new weekly benefit award amount that was $25 less or even smaller than your old claim, then they're going to keep you on your old claim's amount until claim week ending September 4th. And then they're going to give you your new claim. So it's called the Deferred New Claim Program. And if you're $25 or less, then they keep you on your old amount. So yes, it is okay. All right. I already did that one. Jose at 414. Let's see, I'm on pending right now. I just got my next extension because my year ended, but they paid me for 2 weeks, and then I got on pending for the next weeks. I didn't have to reapply. Okay, so if you're pending right now, you just got your extension, your year ended, they paid you for 2 weeks, and then you got on pending. Okay, so if you didn't reapply, let's make sure that you, in fact, don't have to reapply, because the extension can be awarded automatically, but that doesn't mean that your claim expiration date has been extended. So look at your claim start date. Go to UI Online and log in. Look at your claim start date. Count 12 months out after that. If you are beyond those 12 months, did you work within the last 18 months? If the answer is yes, you did work, then you must file a new claim. You're pending because you need to file a new claim. If you did not work, then yes, your extension is automatic and you should be able to certify and get paid. So then in that case, you do not have to reapply, then the pending would be a different issue. Now, you're going to need to call customer service if that is the case. Because there's most likely some sort of a stop payment alert or an interview needed or something on the EDD's part that they must clear. So you're going to need to call into customer service unless it's a file a new claim issue. Michael just shared, I think, all of the how to call links and tips and how to do that. So follow those instructions and hopefully you'll get some help. Okay, Marnie at 415, I was in pending for 2.5 months. It finally came through. I'm really glad that that finally came through for you. How do you know what unemployment you have? Okay, so in order to check that, you're going to go into UI Online. You're going to click in the top area there's a section that says claims history. I think right now it just says history because they updated the website. So click on history and then go to your most recent paid transaction. When you click on that, it's going to give you a program code. If it says UI, then you're unemployment. If it says DUA or disaster assistance, then you're PUA, unless you're in a place where you're in a wildfire and that's why you're, or some other natural disaster. DUA or disaster is going to say, is going to be noted for PUA. Next, if you are PEUC, it's going to be noted either as PEUC, Tier 2, or Tier 2 augmentation. And lastly is Fed Ed, and that's noted as Fed Ed. All right. Let's see. Nancy, you're very welcome. All right, scrolling down. 418. Brittany says, I am an original March 2020 UI. I have had all of my extensions, Fed Ed. Then they filed a new claim for me. However, that ends in 2 weeks. Do you know if I will get another extension through September? Okay, so if you filed a new claim and you were awarded a new claim, then yes, next you're going to receive the remaining weeks of the PEUC extension. Because you're on a new claim, they're going to award you the PEUC extension, first tier of that extension. And it should be awarded within 2 weeks of you reaching a $0 balance. If it's not, then you need to call into customer service. But that will take you all the way up until claim week ending September 4th. All right, got that one. Scrolling down. Okay. 418. Hi there. If I have 2 payments that were disqualified back in May, how can I get them back in my favor? Back on track, except for those 2 payments. Disqualified is the only way to fix it. You can send a UI online inbox message, but that rarely actually fixes things. So you're going to have to call customer service for not paid or disqualified certifications. That's the only way in the majority of cases that you're going to get those fixed. If you have trouble getting through to customer service, you can contact your assembly member, but start with customer service because they're going to be needed in order to fix those. Okay, let's see. 418. Ginny, did you mention in a past video that if we reapplied for a new claim before the extension was added, then they would award that new claim once the extension is over? New claim with less money. Yes. So I just covered that about 5 minutes ago as well. The deferred new claim program means that if you are collecting UI or PEUC and you have to file a new claim, you're awarded a new claim, but it's for a significant amount less. It must be $25 less or even smaller than your old weekly benefit award amount. Then they will put that new smaller claim on hold and extend your old claim until the federal provisions for unemployment end. All right, scrolling down. Let's see, 419. Hi, Ginny, I'm trying to apply for MEUC, but it won't let me register. It says, please contact your system administrator. Yes, so this is a problem that's come up a lot in this live stream, and I've addressed it a few times, so I'll do it really briefly again. The EDD has this error in their system right now. I'm emailing with the media department right now, and they asked me to send over several names. I sent over a screenshot of the error message because they didn't know what it was and they couldn't access it. Can't access their own error messages, you guys. I sent it over. They're checking on it. I really hope that they check on it. They did fix the other problem that I pointed out with the MEUC boost. That's why those messages went away from your inbox, and now they came back. So I'm really hopeful that they're going to be able to fix it, and then I'll get more information for you. All right. Let's see. I am at, yeah, got that one. 426, no response from Ask EDD. Yes. Yeah, unfortunately, Ask EDD and UI Online inbox messages that you send to EDD are very hit or miss with responses. Some people will send over a question or a pending issue, etc., and they will get a response, but the majority of claimants don't get responses, or they get them months later, several months later. So it's something where in Ask EDD and UI Online, do it, because if it happens to help, then great, but don't count on it for a response. All right, scrolling down. You guys talking about my big cup of coffee? It's water. All right, J World at 427. After July 11th, the weeks being certified need to show evidence of at least one job search or more per available week. Yes, they do. They stated that they strongly recommend that you document your work search. So in terms of evidence, you should be documenting it, but the EDD stated on a tweet this last week that it is recommended but not required, and it is one work search or more per week. All right. Mystique Ghost at 427. Why is it taking so long to get payments paid from 520? Just says received and pending. Okay, many are stuck in pending for various reasons. Number one, make sure that your claim has not expired and that you aren't required to file a new claim, because if that's the reason why, you can take care of that yourself right away. Go in UI Online, look at your claim start date. If you're UI, PEUC, or Fed Ed, count 12 months out after your claim start date, and that's the end of your claim's benefit year. If you're beyond that benefit year, your claim has expired. You are required to file a new claim if you did work within the last 18 months. So if that's your case, file a new claim, because that's why you're pending. If you did not work within the last 18 months, you're not required to file a new claim, and the EDD should process your extension automatically. Now, if it's not a file a new claim issue, the EDD may be applying some sort of a stop payment alert to your claim, or they might have to do an eligibility phone interview with you. So for just about all other reasons for pending, unfortunately, you're going to need to call into customer service and get a hold of them. Michael can post all the call tricks again in the video description. The chat box. So call in. If you can't call in, contact your assembly member. They've been very helpful in getting people moved from pending to paid when you can't get a hold of customer service. All right. Scrolling down. Wyatt at 427 says, can self-employed apply for UI after PUA is over? No. PUA is a temporary pandemic-related program for self-employed unemployment. Self-employed are not usually able to get unemployment benefits aside from PUA. PUA is only there until claim week ending September 4th. Self-employed individuals do not pay into unemployment insurance, just as a W-2 would have their earnings paid into that through their employer. PUA is going to end claim week ending September 4th, and there is no other program going forward for those individuals who are self-employed. Okay, let's see. Penny, thank you for helping. Yes, new claim. Got a button to click reopen claim. Status changes to request to reopen claim received. Asked to certify only one time, now stuck for a month. Don't click it and call. Yes, you are correct. Do not click it and call in. It's going to keep popping back up again and again. I've never heard this happen on a new claim, though. Usually this happens to claims that are awaiting an extension, and there's kind of a glitch in the matrix for rolling them over. So don't click it, call in. I'm sorry. Joel, thank you very much. Nick. Hi, Ginny. I certified Sunday, July 4th, and got a message today of disqualification for the weeks ending 6/26 and 7/3. They also reduced my weekly benefit from $450 to $284. I'm under a UI claim. Okay, so if you certified on Sunday and got disqualification, they reduced your benefits. Why did they reduce your benefits? Did you get any sort of a notice? Did you have to recently reapply for a new claim, and maybe you were awarded a new claim, but it's at a lower amount? Let me know in the chat box and I'll check for your response. If you were receiving Fed Ed and you had to apply for a new claim, then you would be awarded a new claim and you'd be stuck with whatever the balance is they awarded you. The deferred new claim program, where if you're awarded a lesser amount and you can stay on your old claim because it's $25 or less, only applies to UI and PEUC. So if you're a Fed Ed and you had to reapply, then that would explain it. I don't see any additional description from you there. Okay, but I'll check back in a minute. Okay. Scrolling down. Okay, JC, 428. Any word from EDD if there will be a quarterly review causing pending issues July 11th for those who already were put on a new claim or extension and cleared a UISD review as of March, April, May, and June. Okay, so I have asked the EDD to address this. Their media department responds to me, but they don't actually give a lot of information on the questions that I ask. I send them very detailed questions about very specific things where there's no info provided, and they just say, we're looking into it. Or they say, we're not aware of the issue. That's what they said with the new quarter pending review. They said, we're looking into it, and that was it. So I don't have any information on that. What we do have are feedback from claimants, subscribers, who called into customer service and left comments on my channel. So I don't usually share feedback unless I've heard it over and over again. What I've heard over and over again from those who have called into customer service is that the representatives told them to expect to be pending again in July. So if it happened to you already in April, then I would expect it to happen again in July. If you are on a claim that has been over a year old, then I would expect that you might be stuck in pending, but I can't say for sure. All right, Robert Nixon, thank you for your donation. Hey, Jenny, the MEUC boost emails were sent out, but when we try to apply for it, we keep getting error messages saying our account info is invalid. Yes, I'm creating a video on this later today, but currently I'm emailing with the media department about this. I have a copy of the error message. I sent over the question to them, and they told me that they can't access the error message, that they don't know what the problem is. So I sent them the error message, and then they asked for names. So I sent them first and last names of some of my subscribers who are having this issue so they could pull up their own specific accounts. And they have not yet written back to me. I'm hopeful that they're going to get back to me with something because with the MEUC boost, they fixed the problem that I told them about a couple days ago in the messages where it stated the wrong year for you to provide your documentation. They fixed that one. No, they have not written back yet, but once they have written back, I will let you know in the form of a video. Let's see. I'm at 4. Ooh, how did it get to be 4:47 already? Okay, 4:29. Sophia, stuck in another country during pandemic for the whole year. Could not contact EDD due to blocked ID. Now I'm in California. Am I eligible for back payment? Still unable to apply. Okay, you're not eligible for the same amount of back payment. The way it works with applying for back pay, if you apply on or before 12/26, then you can backdate your claim as early as February 2nd, as long as you qualify and as long as you don't have a current claim and it would mess it up, such as changing your weekly benefit award amount because it's based on a different time period. If you apply 12/27 and onward, which is now, then you can only backdate as early as December 6th. So December 6th is going to be the earliest that you can backdate your application now. All right, 431. Thank you. 10 jobs. 10 jobs want me to weld for them for job offers. Thank you for keeping. Okay, I'm really glad to hear that you're getting that many job offers. That's great. Good luck. All right, Jenna, 432. I called about backdating. That was approved. Now everything is a mess. I'm so confused at this point. They were put in pending. I have sent in all documents required. Got a letter today with a customer account number. Okay, I don't really have enough information here to be able to give you input. I'm sorry. Backdating, let me give you general information then. Backdating can, if you request to backdate your claim, reasons why it can make your claim a mess would be if you requested a date that was way far back, and it then changes the entire base period of your claim. When you file an unemployment claim, they calculate your weekly benefit award amount based on your last 12 months of employment. So they're looking at that. Now, if you change your start date for your claim and you back it way up, they then might have to look at an earlier base period for your unemployment claim. So you may have changed it and not realize that you earn significantly less or significantly more, and now they're kind of recalculating your claim. So that could be a reason why. Continue to talk to EDD if you're not sure what's going on, and follow up with your assembly member if you need further help and the EDD is not helping you. If you're stuck in pending for too long, contact the EDD. If you can't get through to the EDD, then contact your assembly member. And Michael is going to drop all those links again. And I'm going to double check over here and make sure I'm not missing things. I'm going to drink some water from this gigantic cup that you guys keep talking about. It's like bigger than my face. Ooh, there's too many things on my desk. All right. Tom at 4:33. Did Newsom sign the budget yet? Did the Golden State stimulus eligibility get expanded? So I haven't checked in today to see if he has signed things. You can check in. Well, I can pull it up. If you go to the governor's website and you click on newsroom, every time he signs a bill, they publish it there. And no, there's nothing signed yet. Budget is not yet signed. So it is not, where's my live stream? There it is. So it is not, to my knowledge, it is not signed yet. It will be signed. It's his proposal. He's going to sign it. But from my understanding, there definitely is a separate bill for the Golden State stimulus too. But he has to sign it in conjunction with the budget bill because it is a part of the larger budget. So once that is signed, then all will be good to go. Okay. 4:33. Hi, Jenny. I'm going to return to work with my last employer in September. How can I handle the work search requirement? It makes no sense to look for a new job knowing I'm going to be recalled. Okay, so the EDD states here, listen to all of this. Don't hear half the answer because the whole thing is important. The EDD states that you do not have to look for work if you have a job offer that is starting. You've accepted a job offer that starts within a reasonable amount of time is what they say. They say you don't have to look for work. And that's on their eligibility page. What are they calling it? Their job seekers page. But with that being said, if you select no to are you looking for work, you most likely will get stuck with an eligibility interview, which is a phone interview, and they are taking upwards of 12 weeks to schedule. All the while, your payments are going to be stuck in pending. Do not select no on are you looking for work. Even if you qualify to select no, I still recommend that you search for work and select yes. Don't lie about selecting yes. Still perform a work search activity, but their work search activities that are approved are not only sending in applications for jobs. There are things such as updating your resume, listing your resume on job boards, looking at job opportunities, going to networking events, etc. So there's a lot of different ways you can satisfy those requirements without actually going and having an interview or trying to actually leave your job that's promised. So that is my recommendation on that. All right, 4:34. I was stuck on pending because of address verification. I did submit the documents on UI Online. How long will it take to get paid and receive my debit card? Okay, address verification, the documents on UI Online. Unfortunately, there's not a set amount of time that they state is needed in order to process any documents sent over on UI Online. When you send documents on UI Online, I have claimants that tell me it takes 2 weeks, and I have claimants that tell me that it's been several months and they're still waiting. If it's longer than 2 weeks, contact your assembly member. Michael can drop the link in the chat box, but they can follow up with the EDD on your behalf and try to speed things along. Okay. Scrolling down. All right. I did that. You're very welcome. Thank you very much. Jamie at 4:38. Contacted my assembly member weeks ago. No progress there either. This shouldn't be happening. Typical government operation. I'm really sorry to hear that. How did you contact your assembly member? It was email. If it was email, then call them. If you called them, then email them. So try to do it as much as you can. Contact them, see if they're able to help you. If they're not able to help you, then you need to keep trying to get through to the EDD. Use all of the call tips that Michael is linking. There's a lot of different things to try. I have a video where I go through 25 different phone numbers, and you can try most of them. They are all of the branch phone numbers for local EDD offices. You do not have to select the one that is closest to you. You just call all of them and see if you're able to get through. Try contacting the local job centers that are close to you, which is listed in that 25 phone numbers video. The job centers, some of them, if you call in or if you go in person, have a direct link, a direct line that calls into EDD customer service hold lines. Some of them will patch you through and some of them will not. I had my assistant Kat test this out with about 25 different branches of those job centers, and only about 3 of them would help her get through the phone line, but it's still worth trying. Additionally, if using Claimer is right for you, which is not right for everyone, I understand that, Claimer will get you a hold line. So you can do that. And you already contacted your assembly member. So I would do all of those things to try your best to get through. Okay, I think I missed something. Hold on. Nope. It's my sister texting me about selling my dad's motorcycle. Okay, got that one. All right, Spartan Killer 456. Thank you for your donation. My PEUC ended before the March extension. I'm out of Fed Ed and my extension ends in 3 weeks. When it ends, am I out or will they put me back on PEUC? Okay, so you're going to use up all of your balance. You're going to go all the way down to 0. Next, you're going to be awarded the additional weeks of the PEUC extension, and it should happen automatically within 2 weeks. If it doesn't happen automatically in 2 weeks, then call into customer service. And that will take you up until claim week ending September 4th. So yes, you'll receive those additional weeks. All right. I thought California approved an extension for UI and PUA up to December. No. PUA ends claim week ending September 4th. UI is always going to be those 26 weeks that you're awarded. UI doesn't end. But what does end is the PEUC extension, which ends claim week ending September 4th. All right. Make sure I got all my stickers and everything over here. Okay, perfect. Scrolling down. Josh at 448. Hey, Jenny, my benefit year ended. Is it best to file a new claim over the phone with customer service? I've been stuck in pending since March due to a data issue and the claim, which is on their end. Okay, so no, so if your claim ended, UI, PEUC, Fed Ed, 12 months after your claim start date, you're required to file a new claim if you did work within the last 18 months. If you did work, then file a new claim. You can call in and do it on over customer service, but the phone lines are extremely jammed and they're going to have to process your ID verification, et cetera, anyway. So go ahead and just do that online. Now, the second part of your issue that you stated here, you've been pending since March due to a data issue on the claim. I can't tell you if reapplying that data issue is still going to be there. I don't know anything about that problem. But If it is still there and you are still stuck in pending, new claims, if you are awarded a new claim, is going to be pending for up to 3 weeks, the first 3 weeks of the claim, while it's under UISD review, where they send out your claim to a third-party company for an additional fraud check. Once you get through that, if you're still pending, contact your assembly member. Now, you say that you've been pending since March. Have you contacted your assembly member? Because in many cases, the customer service reps, in many cases, the assembly members are able to help act as a liaison between you and the EDD and get people pushed from pending to paid. So Michael can drop the link on how to contact your assembly member. All right, scrolling down. 450, do you have a video explaining the deferred new claim program? Thank you. You're very welcome. I don't have it in a standalone video, but all of my videos that talk about your benefit year ending, that are long videos, have it in it. A lot of my big update videos have them in it. So I've gone over that topic many different times, but there's not a standalone video for it. The way that works is if you are UI or PEUC, Fed Ed does not have this applied to them, unfortunately, but UI, PEUC, if you file a new claim because you reach the end of your benefit year and you did work within the last 18 months, so you have to file a new claim, you are then awarded a new claim, but your new claim is awarded at a lesser amount. Well, if the lesser amount is $25 less or even less awarded to you than your old weekly benefit award amount, then the EDD will allow you to extend your old claim at the higher weekly benefit award amount and save your new claim until the PEUC extension ends, claim week ending September 4th. And that's how that goes. All right, scrolling down. Robert Wallace, I'm going to get a drink of water and then I'm going to read your comment. Robert Wallace. Can't speak today. Hi, Ginny. I just want to say thank you for all the work you do for everyone. The EDD stuff is a nightmare. I have a degree in business and feel like one needs a degree in EDD to survive. You're very welcome. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's a weird amount of very specific knowledge that I've accumulated over the pandemic. All right. No, Michael cannot answer your question. My moderators moderate. They don't answer questions. Gary Newsome is too busy getting his nails manicured to sign that yet. Well, I can't tell you if he got his nails done this week. Christopher, who would my assembly member be? I'm in Rancho Cucamonga, California. Christopher, Michael is going to drop the link for you. You click on the link and then you type in your information and then it will show you. All right, I've already worked with local assembly for my girlfriend, and they said she needs an interview, but it's been over 8 weeks. Should she call into customer service? All right, the phone interviews are a really big problem. They are taking anywhere from a few weeks all the way up to the highest I have been told is 14 weeks. With the majority of my subscribers reporting that it's taking them between 6 weeks and 12 weeks. They're taking a very, very long time. I've asked the EDD about this. They do not address the issue with me. There isn't really anything that you can do, unfortunately, but I do recommend that you contact your assembly member so that they are aware of the issue. And if they are by chance able to do anything, that they do. Now, you have already alerted your assembly member of that. So you have done what you've needed to do there. Now, you can call into customer service and get through the phone lines in case there is something else that can be helped with. But if you know you're waiting an interview, most likely you're going to spend all day trying to get through to customer service only to be told that you have to just wait because there's nothing that they can do over the phone if you're awaiting an interview to be scheduled. So unfortunately, the interviews, there's nothing that we can really do but wait, and it's a big problem. And I'm trying really hard. You guys, I've asked the EDD about these every week for the last 2 months. I've been asking them the same questions, trying to get answers. All right, Daniel at 4:55. I've been waiting 12 weeks as of today for the EDD call interview. phone call interview to correct the error on my claim. Have at least 7 pending payments and still have not gotten anything in the mail. Yeah, so that's the same exact question that I just addressed. The interviews are taking an extremely long time. Contact your assembly member. There's most likely nothing that they can do, but it's important that the assembly members know that these are the issues because they are the ones that are putting pressure on the EDD to change. They're the ones that are speaking up at the hearings, at the accountability hearings with the EDD, at proposing new legislation, etc. So contact your assembly member as well. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see. How would you document it? It? Which kind of it? The work search requirements? Is that what you're asking? Okay, if you're, oh wait, there's more. Sorry, I didn't know what kind of emoji that was. I looked closely and thought it was using the middle finger, so I deleted it. Okay, hold on. Oh, I see that you got this. Okay, well, that, at least it made me laugh. Okay, the work search. Okay, you guys usually stick straight to the EDD questions because those are obviously the most important, but when there is something weird or funny in the chat box, I do enjoy it. All right, if you have your work search and you're trying to document it, the EDD has stated on Twitter this last week that 1 or more work searches per week are required and that they strongly recommend that you document it. I recommend you document it too. How you document it is going to depend on what type of work search activity you're performing. If you are applying to a job, save a copy of the email or where you submitted the application, make a screenshot of anything that you use or do or search for. So if you're searching job posts, if you're updating your resume, if you're doing anything like that, those are all screenshotable. So you can do a print screen of your computer and you can save all of those files in a folder on your computer and make sure you back it up in a second location, preferably on a cloud service, so that you can prove it. Additionally, if you are doing something in person that is searching for work, like if you're attending a networking event, if you are doing something to market your business, if you're PUA or something like that, there are ways to document that other than just like making a note of it. You can take time-stamped photos of places that you have gone, etc. I'm a fan of having a digital copy of things so that you can send it over to the EDD easily. So try to document it in a way where you can save it and easily provide it to the EDD if asked. Oh, geez, hold on. It's going back up. Oops. All right, 443. My year ended 3/15. I'm on UI. When I file a new claim, can I put myself and my address as my last employer? I've had 1099 every year since 2016. Okay, your year ended 3/15. You're on UI. If you are self-employed, you're receiving 1099s, why are you on UI? That would mean that you had some sort of W-2 earnings. Maybe you had a little bit and you were classified that way, and now you're going to file a new claim and it's going to be self-employed income. Yes, the answer is yes. You will put your own self as your employer because you're self-employed. So put your self-employment there, your name, your address. Unless you are a business registered to a separate business address, you're going to put your own name and address. That is correct. All right. Luz at 444. Hi, Ginny. I had my phone interview, was extended on my old claim on Fed Ed, was able to certify for all my weeks for a few hours later, but it said disqualified. Would I need to call to get funds paid? Yes. I'm sorry to hear that. I've heard many reports of that recently, that you guys have waited weeks and months for phone interviews. You have the phone interview. They say that all is good and that you will be paid, and then all of your weeks go to not paid or disqualified. I can't tell you why that's happening, but many people are reporting that, unfortunately. I would contact customer service right away if you see not paid, disqualified. Michael can continue to post all the call tips if he hasn't done so recently, and use all of those to get through. Additionally, you can contact your assembly member and they can start working with the EDD on your behalf as well, in hopes of getting you paid as quickly as possible. Okay. Scrolling down. All right, you guys, let's see. I already did that one. Okay. I'm at the 4:56 timestamp. As a reminder, you guys, I can't get all the questions. Try to get as many as I possibly can, but I can't get them all. So I do have to skip around. So if I don't answer your question, you can re-ask it every 15 minutes. All right, TRL says, please explain registered with union research for work. Since I said yes all the time, still in pending since June 7th. I don't quite understand your question. Research for work, registered with union. I'm not quite sure what you're asking. I'm sorry. Searching for work, registering with a union. I don't know. You're going to have to help me out with more information on this in the chat box, my friend, and I will check for your message. But I don't know what you're asking. All right. Did that one. I did that one. Yes, there was a delay for EDD deposit on July 4th. Yep, I've covered that one. Allow 2 extra business days. Spartan Killer, you're very welcome. Ralph at 4:57. Hi, Jenny. I filed for a new claim in April. Was pending 5 weeks. One of the weeks did say disqualified. Called. They said I had to wait for a phone interview. Received no letter. Any tips? Okay. The phone interviews are taking a very long time to be scheduled. Many are reporting them taking anywhere between 6 weeks and 12 weeks, with some outliers reporting even longer. They take a very long time. Unfortunately, there's nothing that you can really do. As long as you know that you're waiting for a phone interview, if you call into customer service, it tends to just be a waste of time getting through the phone line, only to be told that you have to still wait. So instead of doing that, again, I would contact your assembly member and let them know your problem, and then they can work as a liaison and communicate with the EDD on your behalf in case there's something that they can do to speed things up. Okay, let me see if I got any more information on that cryptic question. Nope. Okay. Scrolling down. Thank you. That's very kind. I really appreciate that. Yvonne, 501. What if you originally applied for PUA? You worked 2 jobs and only lost 1 and was given unemployment. Then it continued and was given an extension. Okay, so if you applied for PUA, you worked 2 jobs and only lost 1, was given unemployment. It continued and was given. I'm not quite sure what you're asking here. Are you, well, let me just give you generalized information about this then. If you applied for unemployment, you were working 2 jobs. You lost 1 job. Therefore, you have reduced earnings. You would qualify to receive an unemployment claim, but you're then going to certify each week and claim your earnings from the other job in which you are still working. So you're going to claim how much you earned each week based on your weekly benefit award amount and the amount that you earn per week. You may still qualify to receive payouts or you may not. It depends on how much you earn. The calculation on how much you earn per week, if you are certifying and claiming income, is going to be if you work and earn less than $100 per week, then the first $25 of that amount is not subtracted from your weekly benefit award amount, but everything else is. If you earn over $100, the first 25% of that amount is not subtracted from your weekly benefit award amount, but everything else is. So that's going to continue to apply to your claim. All right, OSW Black 502. Hello, Ginny and Michael. Will the mixed earner benefit be paid in a lump sum or weekly? So it is a weekly amount that is $100 per week, but it is retroactively dated back to December, I believe it's the 27th. So that, yes, it is December 27th. So from December 27th, when the legislation was put into action on the federal level and signed into law, but the EDD has not yet implemented it, and it's now July. So that means that from December 27th all the way up until now, you're going to receive those payments retroactively. Those should come through either as one large lump sum or in several chunks, kind of like when you complete your first round of certifications on a claim and you had backdated it a little bit. So it's going to come in as chunks once you are approved and paid out for it. And then going forward, it's going to be paid out as a weekly $100 with your benefits. All right. Kelly at 5:02. Do you file a new claim the day before your claim expires, or do I wait for it to expire and then? You can file a new claim up to 5 days before your claim expires. All right. 5:03. Emily. Got approved 86 weeks starting in June. My claim balance was for 86 weeks. I have been paid for the last 4 weeks as I certify, but no back pay for previous weeks. What should I do? Okay, you're approved for 86 weeks. What is your claim start date? Your claim start date is the date in which they're going to start paying you. So they aren't going to back pay you all of the 86 weeks. They're going to pay you out starting on your claim start date. So that's where you're going to be at. If you need to request backdating of your claim because you are unemployed earlier than your claim start date, because you were just approved, you are allowed to apply for backdating as early as December 6th of this last December. In order to request that, you are going to go to Ask EDD and you are going to fill out the backdating request there. And I have a video on how to do that on my channel if you search for backdating. All right, I need to double check this over here. And I'm going to drink some water from this bucket. Scrolling down. Woo! Let's put my water on my very expensive tiny little microphone that's here. I should probably move this because I am not skilled. And then I throw it on the floor. All right. CS12 Gaming. I'm on hold with customer service right now. 50 minutes so far. Okay. Good luck. I hope it goes well. Hope they can help you. Ralph at 5:04. Did my annual in April, was paid 5 weeks of benefits, then all of a sudden stuck on pending. Called rep and wait for a phone interview. Been waiting since May. Please assist. Okay, so you filed a new claim. You were paid for 5 weeks of benefits, and then now you're stuck on pending. Wait for a phone interview. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't help you with the phone interviews. The phone interviews are taking up to 12 weeks, some reporting a few weeks longer in order to receive them. On average, people are waiting between 6 weeks and 12 weeks to receive a phone interview. And there's nothing you can do with calling into customer service because they have to be scheduled and called by the person who's interviewing you. And the reps can't schedule them. So the only thing you can do is contact your assembly member and let them know of the issue in hopes that they can maybe help in some way. But unfortunately, in most cases, they can't. But it's still worth contacting your assembly member. Mickey, thank you very much for your donation. How are you, Mickey? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for your support every time. Let's see. I did that one. Okay, I'm scrolling down. Hold on, you guys. I'm getting lost in the comments because it refreshed all weird and now I'm stuck. Okay, let's see. 5:05, thank you so much. Your videos have been helpful. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I'm glad I was helpful. All right, we did that one. Daniel, you're very welcome. Emily says, I asked, but they told me that they have no one with my information in their system. I just don't understand how my claim balance equals 86 weeks, but the end date is September. I can explain that. So you're a PUA. Your PUA claimant. PUA ends claim week ending September 4th because the program ends. The program of pandemic unemployment assistance for self-employed individuals or people with limited work history, COVID-related reasons, etc., ends September 4th. It was created by the stimulus bill. The program will end. The program, had you been enrolled in it earlier on, you would receive a full 86 weeks worth of benefits. But we are approaching the end of the program. So you can backdate if you are qualified to backdate, if it is approved and if it suits your claim. So if you are qualified, you lost your employment earlier, you can backdate as early as December 6th. But because you missed the cutoff to backdate any earlier than that, you are not entitled to weeks before that. So it ends, they awarded you that total amount of weeks because that is the total amount of weeks that is set forth in the stimulus bill as being available. But those weeks cannot be used after the program ends. All right. You got through customer service 3 times in a row today. It's like winning the lottery 3 times. I hope they're able to help you. I don't know. But you had to keep calling back, so that tells me they probably weren't very helpful once you called in. Hello, Jose. Marisol says, just hopped on here. Was anything said about the Golden State stimulus? I really haven't talked about that much. The questions have not really gone that direction today in the live stream. So ask me what your question is, and I will look for it later. Yvonne says, I was awarded an extension, but I have been stuck in pending. Nothing has changed with employment as I originally stated when I first applied, being that I had 2 jobs and lost 1. Okay, I think I addressed this question a little bit earlier, but it was phrased differently and I wasn't quite sure what you're asking. You're stuck in pending. Okay, stuck in pending. Nothing has changed. Okay, has your claim expired? If you're UI, PEUC, or Fed Ed, look in UI online, look at your claim start date, count 12 months after that. If you're beyond that, your claim has expired. If you did work within the last 18 months, which you just told me that you did work, then you have to file a new claim. So if you're stuck in pending and your benefit year has expired, even if it says on extension, you have to file a new claim. And that would be why you're stuck in pending. For all other reasons, you have to call into customer service to get them to help you with whatever it is that is getting you stuck in pending, unfortunately. All right. All right, I got that. Joseph says at 5:07, how do I submit my work search requirements online when certifying? Thank you for your help. If you are, had a moment. If you are submitting your certification online and you are selecting yes, that's what you need to do. The EDD stated in their tweet last week, don't you wish that they would just inbox you this important information instead of tweeting it? They stated on Twitter, 1 work search or more per week, and we strongly suggest you document it. So the documentation is not going to be required to be submitted based on that information that they have provided, but document it and keep a record of it yourself. I cannot tell you exactly how they will update the certification form because right now it says list, for some people right now, it says list 3 work searches and you have to list the companies. They will be updating the certification form with different text, but I'm not sure exactly what it will say. With that being said, the EDD media department told me that they are doing a press briefing on Thursday before they send out the press release. That means that there's something important and new in that press release, and it's either going to be more information about this work search or some other program such as an overpayment waiver or something like that. Now, normally I would be able to attend that and ask questions at the briefing, but I'm going to be away on Thursday. But something big's coming. All right. Alan says, 5:08, I'm on a 7-day waiting period due to COVID-19, but my benefit year has not yet ended. What should I do? 7-day waiting period. What do you mean? What do you mean waiting period due to COVID? If your benefit year hasn't ended, then your claim is going to continue. So if you're waiting for some reason, I'm not quite sure what you mean by waiting period. Try to give me more information in the chat box down below. Alan, and I'll be on the lookout for your comment on what you mean by that. All right, I'm scrolling down. 509. I tried Claimer, got through, but was disconnected every time they transferred me to a specialist. The disconnects on the phone. So this isn't a Claimer thing. This is an EDD thing, and this is a constant problem for you guys. Once you finally get through to a hold line, and then it disconnects you because they're transferring you from tier 1 to tier 2. I am putting out a video that I did tonight on some research on this, which unfortunately didn't yield a lot of answers, but I discovered some other interesting things. Claimer, if you're using Claimer, the good thing about that service is that if you are disconnected, they give you callbacks and they will provide you with another hold line. Now, they recently changed their policy and they provide you with 3 callbacks if you're disconnected. But if you don't actually talk to someone after those 3 times, email support@claimer.com, because if you haven't actually connected, as long as everything is not your fault, then they will most likely continue to provide you with connections. So email customer service support@claimer.com and they should help you. Okay. Jolynn at 511. Why would I have to file an appeal for PUA? You file an appeal if you disagree with the decision that the EDD has made. If you disagree with being denied benefits, if you disagree with being denied an extension, if you disagree with your award amount, you disagree with something an employer stated that led to a decision, then you would file an appeal. The EDD sends out a notice in a lot of their correspondence. You may appeal this decision, and they send you a form, and a lot of people are confused by that and they think that they need to fill it out. You only fill that out if you have to contest something that was a decision made. The appeals process is very long. You will not get any benefit payments during the whole appeals process, which for many can take several months to 6 months. So do not file an appeal unless you know for sure that you need to file an appeal. All right. Let me see what's going on over here. All right, scrolling down. Hello, thank you. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well too. All right, Nancy, thank you very much, Nancy. I really appreciate that. Let's see, Mary Jane, I'm still waiting for my extension. It's been 1 month. Okay, if you're waiting for a PEUC extension, if you're waiting for a FedEd extension, and it's been over 2 weeks, first make sure that you don't have to file a new claim 12 months after your claim start date in UI Online. If you're beyond 12 months and you did work within the last 18 months, then you have to file a new claim, and that's why you haven't moved forward with your claim yet. All others who are awaiting an extension and you've been waiting longer than 2 weeks, don't continue waiting. Call into customer service. I know it's difficult, but use all of the call tips that Michael is posting in the chat box over and over again to call into customer service. And if you still can't get your extension, contact your assembly member and they may be able to help you. They have been extremely helpful in getting a lot of my subscribers paid. All right, Panda Castle. Sorry, your name distracted me. Is it a castle for pandas or is it a castle made out of pandas? Or is it your real name? 514. What's the easiest way to talk to an EDD representative? If you are trying to call EDD, Michael's going to post all these right now, unless he already posted them 10 seconds ago. Number 1, you can use, this is the easiest way. I do not think that you should have to pay for this, but if you want the flat answer, the easiest way, Claimer gets you a hold line. It's a third-party service where you pay, they redial until a hold line is reached, and then they send it to you. You have to pay for that service. So that's a problem. But many of you like the service, and so I continue to share it. Additionally, using 1, 3, 4 trick. Michael's going to post that link to a video where I demonstrate it. That has been working a lot more frequently the last couple weeks, and I'm really happy to see that in the comments on that video. So if you gave up on that trick before, start trying it again because it's working a lot more for people. When you call the EDD, you call why am I not remembering the EDD phone number? 1-833-978-2511. When they say select from the following, then you type in 1, 3, 4, one right after another. You don't wait. You just 1, 3, 4. If it tells you that they have too many calls, then you hang up and you try again, and you keep doing it again and again, and that trick will get you through the fastest. Additionally, you can try my 25 phone numbers to call the EDD video. I give I give many of the branch phone numbers. I give the America's Job Centers phone numbers, and sometimes they can patch you through to a hold line. So try all of the numbers in that video. There's a lot of different things to try. And I know it's hard, and I'm sorry. All right, Michael at 517. Hi, Ginny. I have $900 left in my balance. I had to refile a new claim about 3 or 4 weeks before the PEUC extension expired. Right now, I have 2 checks pending since last month and still pending. Okay, so if you filed a new claim 3 weeks ago before your extension expired, you filed a new claim, they have to process that new claim. So they can take up to 3 weeks to process your application. Once your application is processed, you're going to receive either an award letter for a brand new claim or a denial letter. If you receive a denial letter, next comes another letter stating that your PEUC extension has been extended. So you're going to receive one of those 2 letters, but you're still pending because your claim expired and you had to file a new claim. So next you're awaiting those letters. And if you are awarded a brand new claim, you're going to certify on that new claim. Your old pending payments will not be migrated over to your new claim. So know that if you are awarded a new claim, you have to call in and request those old weeks to be sent over. All right, El Toro sent me a super sticker. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I don't think I see a question from you. I think you were just supporting. Let me check. Let me check and see. Nope, no question. I think you're just supporting. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. All right, I'm scrolling down. My computer's refreshing. Oh, geez. Messing it up. My air conditioner's turning on. David, let me see. Where's the start of your question? David at 518. Ginny, are there any reasons why EDD would stop my certifying and tell me to reopen my case? I did fill out the reopen pages and have not heard anything. Okay, so if they are telling you to reopen your claim, reopen claim should be clicked if you did not certify for a period of 30 days. If you didn't certify for over 30 days, click the button and reopen your claim. But if the button is just appearing randomly, it's a glitch. It will appear. If you click on it, it will take like 2 to 3 weeks for them to process, and then it will come back again and again. So if you're getting reopen claim and you shouldn't have it there, you need to call customer service. They will need to clear it for you and then give you the ability to certify. All right. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, good. I need water. Hold on. It's already 5:30, you guys. I gotta go. I'm gonna do a few more questions though. 10 more minutes. I need to go. Clicking on things. Where am I? Okay. I'm a mixed earner who earned $3,000 worth of W-2 work and $50,000 in self-employed income. That was almost the exact example I gave a while ago. Should I have been on PUA instead of UI? No. Well, ethically, yes. According to the EDD, no. The way it is that if you have $1,300 or more worth of W-2 income, you are classified as a W-2 UI traditional unemployment claim. That's how they do it. This is the reason why the PUA system is very flawed and why they have this mixed earners boost. $100 a week does not fix the fact that your $50,000 worth of income is disregarded and you're now classified and given a really low weekly benefit award amount. But no, unfortunately, that is not something that is a mistake. Vicky at 519. How will the claim forms differ on the 11th of July since we have to be searching for work? I can't tell you how they will be different. I have asked, and I've asked all my contacts at the EDD, and they won't tell me any information. I think they're releasing that information this Thursday in the press release because they're doing a conference with the media, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to miss it because I'm going to not be able to attend, but they said that they're going to add additional text to the certifications. I also asked about the work searches because for some claimants, when you certify, it says selecting yes to did you look for work will require you to list 3 work searches. I asked them about that. The EDD didn't know that that was still there, and I had to send them a screenshot of it. And they told me that that is not required, but suggested, even though it says required on the certification. So here's what we do know. We do know that you will be required to provide 1 or more work searches per week. The EDD stated this in Twitter this last week, 1 or more. We also know that you are strongly encouraged to document your work search history. So that's what we know. All right. Yes, this is a problem. The MEUC link is broken for many people are experiencing this. I'm talking to the EDD about it. I sent them several claimants for them to look into because they asked me for specific examples. I'm checking my email right now to see if they wrote back to me again, and they have not. So I assume they're looking into the issue, and I think they're going to get back to me on this, and I'll let you know when I have more information. All right. Zishan at 521. Today, my interview, but don't call me. EDD, what happens? Okay, if they may have canceled your interview, look in your UI online and see if everything looks good to go. See if anything that's pending has moved to paid over the next 24 to 48 hours. They may have canceled it. Sometimes they cancel your interview and they just automatically process you and push you through to paid. But if you're still pending, most likely they will need to still speak to you. So that's a problem. Contact your assembly member if you're not paid within 48 hours and you don't have a new phone interview scheduled, because your assembly member should be able to follow up with you and the EDD. All right, 521. Hello, what about the moms that stay at home and we can't search for a job? Okay, so if you are required to stay at home because your children are home due to the pandemic, your daycare is closed or unsafe conditions, schools doing distance learning, etc., you are allowed and technically qualified to not search for work, but I do not recommend selecting no to did you look for work. Selecting no is going to mean that you most likely will get stuck with an eligibility interview. They will need to call you. That means that you're going to be waiting up to approximately 12 weeks stuck in pending while you await these phone interviews to be scheduled, which take an extremely long amount of time. You will not be paid during that time frame. If you tell the interviewer that you are not able to take work, then they may flag you as being ineligible to receive benefits. Now, in order to receive benefits, you must be available and willing to accept full-time work. And as of July 11th, you must actively be searching for full-time work. If you're not available to take full-time work in person, search for remote jobs. Search for job listings where you work from home. The work search requirements are not that you apply to jobs every week. It's that you do one of the approved activities, which includes updating your resume, posting your resume on job boards, attending networking events, emailing past employers to see if they're hiring, etc. There's a wide variety of different things that you can do to satisfy the requirements. So search for work from home jobs, update your resume, add it to job boards, etc. There are lots of ways you can satisfy the requirement. All right, I need water. I need to make sure nothing's happening. All right. Been pending since December. I'm really sorry. CS12 Gaming. Have you contacted your assembly member? I can't remember what you said before. I know I already answered a question from you, but I don't remember it. Make sure you contact your assembly member. They've been really helpful at getting a lot of people pushed from pending to paid. Not all assembly members are the same though. And some assembly members are much more helpful than others. But please contact them. If they aren't responding to you, then email them, call them, etc. Do your best to try to get some help that way. I'm really sorry to hear that you've been pending for so long. All right, 524. Let's see, certified on 6/27, and it's been pending ever since. Do you know why? I haven't received anything in the mail. No, I don't know why. Number one, make sure that your claim has not expired. If you're UI, PEUC, or Fed Ed, go to UI Online. Look at your claim start date, count 12 months out after that. If you are beyond your benefit year, even if it says on extension, you're required to file a new claim if you did work within the last 18 months. That would be why you're pending. So file a new claim if that's you. If you did not work, then you don't have to file a new claim and you're pending for a different reason. This could be due to a stop payment alert, something, how you answered your certification, if you claimed income, if you stated that you were not looking for work, etc. They might need to do an eligibility interview over the phone, or they might need to just speak to you in customer service and clear a stop payment alert. So you need to call in. Michael can drop all the call tips. Okay, I did all that. I did that one. Understand how many questions Ginny fields during the live streams. Thank you. I really appreciate that. There are lots of questions. These and you guys pop in to the live streams, and when you enter a live stream, you can't see all the messages that occurred before. You can only scroll up for a few minutes worth of time. I usually receive about 2,000 chat box messages in a live stream, and some of that is you guys talking back and forth, but there are a lot of questions, and I try to get as many as I can. All right, 101 creative at 525 PEUI. You have probably been asked this a lot. I've been waiting a month with my assembly member on it. Okay. So there's PEUX and then PEUY, and PEUC is the first one. So unfortunately, if you reach 0, you're not awarded an extension automatically. You have to call into customer service. Some people are receiving them automatically with no problems, and others are not receiving them applied to their claims automatically. Make sure, number one, that your claim hasn't expired, because some people don't realize that they need to file a new claim, and that's why they're not moving forward. So look in UI Online, claim start date, count 12 months out. If you are beyond that, even if it says on extension and you did work within the last 18 months, you have to file a new claim. Everything else, it's customer service. Keep calling in as much as you possibly can. If you didn't get a helpful rep, call again. Ask to speak to a tier 2 representative if the first rep you speak to is not helpful. And yes, you've been talking to your assembly member. I'm sorry to hear they haven't been able to get you paid. All right, scrolling down. Let's see, Tiffany at 527. You guys, I'm going to do 5 more minutes of questions, then I'm all done. I certified Monday morning, and when I checked, it says paid. But when I check my card, there's nothing. Okay, so if you certified Monday morning, Monday was a bank holiday. So it's going to be marked as paid on EDD's end, but the bank most likely hasn't processed it. So allow additional 2 business days in order for the bank to actually post the payment due to the bank holiday. All right, scrolling up because I messed up. I messed up, you guys. All right, 533. You must be available for work each week. This means that you are not required to look for work, but you must be able to work and be available to work each week to be eligible for UI benefits. That is the requirement up until July 11th. After July 11th, then work search is required. With that being said, you guys are asking me now this question doesn't ask this, but I'm going to go into it. You guys are asking me repeatedly in my videos, is it the week before July 11th or is it on July 11th? When do I have to certify yes? Certify yes all the time. Certify yes that you've been looking for work and look for work, because certifying no, even though it's not a requirement until July 11th, you have to start looking for work. But if you've been certifying no, that's a big reason why the EDD is assigning phone interviews. And the phone interviews take up to 12 weeks to schedule, and you guys are stuck in pending the entire time. So please don't select no to are you looking for work. Select yes and look for work. Okay. Insane philosophy at 5:34. EDD is a joke. I had to file a new extension, not extinction, because it's been a year, and that was back in April. I was told I need an interview, and I still have gotten no confirmation for an interview. Yes, the interviews are a big problem, as I just went over. I'm very sorry to hear that. Contact your assembly member so that they can hopefully give you a little bit of additional help, or at least be aware of how many are impacted by this problem. All right, I'm going to do 2 last questions. My regular UI expired on 6/28. Says I do not need to reapply, and got a message saying that Fed extension weeks have been processed. Continue to certify for benefits. This is my second tier. Okay, so if you are, you expired on 6/28, and now you've been given a Fed Ed extension, or it says federal extension. Okay. That means that, yes, you've been awarded the second tier of PEUC extension. That's fine. It's being automatically awarded to claimants who did not work within the last 18 months. So they recently changed this. Previously, everyone had to reapply, but now you only have to reapply if you did work within the last 18 months. Okay, you guys, I'm going to choose one last question. 541. Who can help in understanding backdate issue of my claim that is not EDD? They said if they solve the problem, I would go on pending and have to wait for an appointment. Okay, so backdating is tricky, because if you're trying to backdate a claim, you're changing the claim. So if you're trying to backdate your claim a few weeks, it won't change too much of your claim. Your unemployment claim, you apply for unemployment, and they base your weekly benefit award amount on the 12 months, sometimes longer, depending on your base period, prior to your unemployment claim. So whatever you earned during that base period is how they determine your weekly benefit award amount. Now, if you apply to backdate that claim, your start date for your claim then changes. They then have to look at the prior year to that new start date. So it changes your weekly benefit award amount. It changes basically how much money you have already been paid out of your claim can be completely recalculated, because you were changing the entire claim. So there's a lot of different things that can go into effect with this. If you have to wait for an appointment, they need to look at something more in detail. Either it's an eligibility issue, do you qualify to receive this backdating, or there is some sort of an issue with the calculation amount that they need to change. That's the most information I can give you on that. Everything else you're going to need to talk to whoever it is that is interviewing you. Now, when they do the phone interviews, what I have heard is that they usually only ask you questions, and they do not allow you to ask any questions. So you're going to have to provide information to them, and then you most likely will need to contact customer service to get more info. Okay, you guys, that is it for me. I am just checking these most recent. Okay, your MEUC application went smoothly. That's good. I'm receiving about half and half on these MEUC applications. Half of the people are stating that they have a broken link, and the other half are saying that they sent everything over and that it was no problem. So as soon as I get more information on that, then I will share. Okay, you guys, I will see you next time.